Hello, this is Savannah from IU, and this is the observational study trial amendment training. So everything that has changed on the protocol will be in red, so I'll go through all the changes that are in the protocol. The first one is in the inclusion changes for heavy drinkers with alcoholic hepatitis. It's now defined by NIAAA standards, so it's a little more clear. And you can see that they added the onset of jaundice, a prior 8 weeks, regular consumption is the same, AST above 50, AST and ALT greater than 1.5, and any histological evidence of alcoholic hepatitis. So that's one of the changes. We've also, for exclusions of heavy drinkers without alcoholic hepatitis, we've taken out NAFLD, and we've added if they've received a liver transplant. So if you have a patient that is in the study and then receives a liver transplant at any point after, they will then be taken out. And now also they won't be able to be in if they've ever had a liver transplant. And so we changed the inclusion for heavy drinkers without alcohol hepatitis to be a little bit more intuitive. So for 6 months or more with less than 8 weeks of abstinence before onset of jaundice. And then we took out the wording for many years, usually decades, just because it didn't need to be there. So for the exclusions for heavy drinkers without alcohol hepatitis, again, we added if they received a liver transplant. Inclusion changes for healthy controls, age greater or equal to 21 years old, so it matches everything else, the other 2 arms. And also for healthy controls, we've added received liver transplant. So now all the arms should match with that. We've also added 2 sections in the protocol just so that it's more site-specific and overarching, so you don't have to go in and change that in the protocol to make it your own. So moving forward, sample changes, we made urine when available and saliva. We've added that to samples that you will collect. So we'll only collect until an adequate number of samples are collected from all sites. So urine, liver tissue, and stool are now all when available, and saliva will be collected at day 0 and day 90. So this is just an updated chart showing that you collect saliva at day baseline and day 90. So for alcoholic hepatitis patients, those are the only ones that will be collected on day 90. So for heavy drinkers without alcoholic hepatitis and healthy controls, we will only be able to get the baseline because, of course, they don't come in at day 90 or week 12. And this is nice. This will open up some patients for us. All samples can be collected within 30 days of the initial visit, so plus or minus 30 days. And they will count. So no longer has to be on day of enrollment for INR and BMP. They're all within 30 days. So this is how we're breaking down saliva collection so far. Dr. McLean from Louisville only wants a little over 100 patients for the observational trial. So to break down between sites, as of now, we'll do 3 healthy controls per site with saliva, 4 heavy drinkers, and 7 alcoholic hepatitis patients. So saliva collection will be collected into the OmniGene kit OM501. This is one of the contacts below, Tyler Dew, or there are 2 other contacts that I've emailed to you to collect saliva. It's really simple. All you do is have the patient spit into the funnel until it reaches the line, close the lid to release into the tube, put a cap on the lip, and shake for 10 seconds. Then you have 3 hours before you freeze. This is also just a little instruction sheet to help with to see how the patients do it. I think these are on every tube as well, so if you forget, it'll be on there, or you can bring this with you or give it to the patient who do. So there are a few updates for the MOP. Each site, so this is now the manual procedures, the updates on that. So first, each site must be trained and documented by their own institution to ship dry ice. Of course, prior to shipment, check the weather and FedEx delays. Ship only Monday through Wednesday so that it doesn't show up to UMass on the weekend. And prepare shipment within 2 hours from pickup to assure dry ice remains throughout transit. The recommended packing procedures are updated on page 67 and 68 in the MOP, and the recommended shipping supply list has also been updated, so they no longer need the inner cardboard box that was on page 10 of the MOP. Use the supplies your institution recommends, so if you have something that's very similar and it's not the exact same number, that's okay. Feel free to use that as well. This is more creating packing list and obtain shipper box large enough to ship all samples with adequate dry ice. It's just, this list is just helping with packing. So if you have any other questions about the updates of the amendment, please feel free to email me, or Candace, if there's any updates in the MOP that you're unsure of, please email me or let me know. Thank you.